Okay, in this video we're going to look at turning right at Crossroads, and the first example, they're uncontrolled, no traffic lights. Now this is near side to near side, where the blue car cannot see ahead of the red car and the red car cannot see ahead of the blue car, so you've got to go very slowly until you know it's safe, and then you can get yourself round. The other method, called offside to offside, is where you pass around the back of each other as opposed to the previous method going around the front. This way you can see fully what's in front of you and scan the other car, and then you get yourself round there. That 90% is made up. Now this time we're going to talk about crossroads where there is traffic lights. So you've got your standard lights here. You might get some of them look like this with an extra filter light to the right, and you may have a filter light that's underneath the three existing lights, and you may have them like this where there's no normal green light, simply just a filter. You may get a scenario where we've got a primary set of lights and a secondary set of lights, and in other examples like this next picture, there's a primary light, but once you pass through there's no more lights to guide you. You're on your own after that. Okay, now in this example there's no oncoming vehicles. There is lights to control it. So because there's no oncoming vehicles, you just get yourself round. It's just went amber there, but because the blue car is just past the white line, it's okay to continue as you've already committed. Now in this next example, we're going to put oncoming vehicles, meaning that when we start to go ahead, we have to give way to everyone. And the paths there are showing the various options, whether we do near side or offside. So we're going to do near side to near side in this example. So the blue car is moving forward very slowly as the exit's not yet clear. And once it gets a gap in the traffic, which you'll see shortly around the back of the white car, that's your chance to get the car moving. Red car doesn't have a gap yet, so he's still waiting in that yellow box. And then when the light changes to red, the cars will get stopped, and then he can get himself around there. In this example we're going to show the same scenario, but we're going to go offside to offside. So you're going to always try and let the other road user dictate which way you want to do this. So going around the back of each other, the blue car is going to have a good view of the road ahead. He's going to know when that gap is there, and the red car is the same, looking the other way. This time we're going to add a filter light. So once we get the green light to go ahead, we're going to be going forward and sitting in the yellow box. And when we're sitting waiting in that box, there's three things that can happen that's going to let us go. Either the filter light will come on, or there'll just be a gap in the traffic. In this case the filter light's coming on. And sometimes the lights can actually change back to red, and that's your chance to get it moving. Now in this real life example, we've got a primary set of lights and a secondary set of lights. We're going to be doing a right turn. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit here. So we've got red, amber, green for going. Now in this particular example, if you look ahead, you'll see that there's no oncoming vehicles at all. So we can just get ourselves around and exiting on the left hand lane for normal driving. In this next example, we're going to be turning right again at the traffic lights. This is where we do have a primary light, but then after we commit past the white line there's no other traffic lights to guide us. So in a scenario like this, we really have to get ourselves into that yellow box, curving it round. So this is the angle that we're going to be looking for. There is oncoming vehicles, so we can't go any further than that. cars opposite us that are doing the right turn, that Mercedes, they're blocking our view, but there is cars coming from behind them. We can sort of see that above the cars. And at this stage all we can do is wait on a gap that's big enough to let us get across the 2 lanes of oncoming traffic. So I can spy a gap coming in here after the red car. I'm going to highlight the gap, and that's enough for us to cross over and not hold up any other traffic. In this next example, we're hitting the same set of lights from a different angle. Making our way to the middle of the junction. We can't see past the van, so we've got to edge out very, very carefully. And as soon as you can see that it's clear, you get yourself round. In this example, we've got a right-hand lane that we're going to use. We're first in line, so we're going to take a position. We do have oncoming vehicles, so we're going to sit and wait for a gap. As soon as you get that gap, get yourself round, even if it's before a filter light. And in the final example, up in Nether and Broad Street in Dunfemline, there is a filter light, but that's all we have. So because there's not a normal green light, we don't have to advance forward slowly, you don't have to give way, you just get yourself round. So lots of different examples on this clip, I hope it's helped.